Now let's look at some exceptions to Mendel's laws of inheritance. Okay, some exceptions means some deviations. Okay, that do not follow his rule 100%. Okay, so they could be like I have told you before, no, incomplete dominance. Then another one could be co-dominance. Another one will be lethal genes and others. So incomplete dominance we saw in Mirabilis jalapa, no, the 4 o'clock plant, where there were 2 types of flowers, red and white, and in the hybrid, the F1 hybrid, it shows you a pink. Okay. Then again, if you you get 1 red, 2 pink, and 1 white. Okay. There in this cross you can see that. Then again in the F2 you get in the F2 again you will F1 you got full pink. Okay, then in the F2 you get 1 red, 1 white, and 2 pink. Okay, so it's easy enough. You can see by yourself the crosses. Here you have to practice. Okay, girls, you have to use pen and paper. So Mendel always observed, he was lucky because he chose a P plan. He was always lucky to observe complete dominance of one allele over the other allele of all the 7 characters he studied. Okay, so this he studied many characters, not just height and color and shape. He also studied flower color, pollen height. Stamen height, then gynosium height and all. No, he studied so many characters. Okay, total 7. So you do the googling and see what characters he studied. That is your own, own GK you could do for yourself. But there were many cases of incomplete dominance where they did not see a complete dominance of the red over the white. Okay, it was showing a in-between color or in-between trait. Then co-dominance. Well, in the case of co-dominance, both of them are equally strong. Okay, equally strong. They equally express the phenotype in the heterozygote, and it is stronger when they are in the heterozygote condition. Okay, for example, in the blood group of man, no, you have blood group A and B. These are dominant if A and O is present as alleles. The blood group will be A. Similarly with B, if it's B and O, it will show as B. Okay, and if it's IO, then it is white, not white blood. Oh my God, what am I saying? Then it's O blood group. But if blood group A allele, so IA, and allele IB are present, so both that blood group of the person is both A and B. So AB blood group. Okay, better I draw. Okay, if the allele is IAIO, this is what blood group? A. Okay, if it's IBIO, this is what blood group? B. If it's IOIO, this one is O blood group, and if it's IAIB, this is AB blood group. AB blood group. Okay, so it is co-dominant. The people who have the blood type AB are heterozygote and exhibiting phenotypes for both A, IA and IB alleles. Okay, in other words, the heterozygote for co-dominant alleles are phenotypically similar to both the parental types. The main difference between co-dominance and incomplete dominance lies in the way in which the genes act. Okay, in the case of co-dominance, both the alleles are active, while in incomplete dominance, they both blend to form an intermediate one. Okay, so remember the red and the pink, this pink flower, it wasn't like this one is red, one petal is red, another petal is white. One petal is red, another petal is white. No, it was fully pink color. No, so it blended and showed you one incomplete dominant or intermediate color. But here in the blood group IA and IB, there's no blending, there's no blood group Z that comes out of this. No, it is both A and B, okay, because they are equally strong, equally dominant. Okay. So there is one leaf which is showing codominance. Now what about the lethal genes? Okay, genes which cause the death of its carrier when in homozygous condition is called as lethal genes. Okay. So Mendel's findings were based on equal survival of all genotypes. In normal, segregation ratio of 3:1 is modified into 2:1. Lethal genes have reported in both animals as well as plants. In mice, for yellow coat color is dominant over gray. Okay, let's see the example of lethal genes in mice. For yellow coat color is dominant over gray, while a cross is made between yellow and gray. A ratio of 1:1 for yellow and gray and mice are observed. Okay, this indicated that yellow mice are always heterozygous because yellow mice are never born because of what? If they could draw the, okay, here, let's see from here. It's difficult to understand from the words. So, he says that there is no such thing as homozygous yellow. This one doesn't exist in nature. A yellow person, a yellow mice, not yellow person, is heterozygous. YY. So, we see this one and this one, okay? Okay. Then meiosis happens, the segregation, no, remember this one, law of segregation happens. Then on combining, we are, instead of getting 3:1 ratio, right, we are getting a yellow mouse. Okay, yellow mouse, remember I had told you they were heterozygous, and a non-yellow mouse, that is grey mouse. But in this homozygous yellow nature, the mice was dead. Okay, so means this homozygous nature of the yellow mouse is lethal to it. Okay, they don't survive. Okay, so that's why in the mice you will find a dead YY, capital Y, and the surviving ones are only the yellow and the non-yellow. Okay. So I think it's clear from the cross. So if we read this, will be even more clear. Okay, when a cross is made between a yellow and a grey, only yellow one and one grey we got. Okay, then it means because the yellow are always heterozygous. Because the yellow homozygous, they always die. Okay, they are never born. Whenever they are in the homozygous condition, from the cell only, inside the gamete only, it will kill itself. Okay. So such genes, because of homozygous lethality. Okay. So such genes were never observed by Mendel. He always got 3:1 ratio. He was lucky. Okay. So the lethal genes can be recessive, and it can also be in dominant or semi-lethal or synthetic, depending on the gene or the genes involved. So here is just example of the monohybrid cross and the dihybrid cross. So with this, the chapter is complete. And since we have to rush, that's why I'm completing this chapter by hook or by crook. And this note I will send in my classroom. Okay. So please watch the videos. If you watch, not because I want you to like or subscribe or whatever, because I'm going to share it anyway in the WhatsApp. You don't have to subscribe. No need to subscribe anyways. What I'm saying is, you watch the video so that you will catch quickly. When you revise the note, when you go through the note once, it will stick in your mind because I've already explained. No, rather than you starting from scratch, going through what is written here, which one has mistake, which is the right one. No, so you watch the video, listen once, so that by the time you study, you go through the note first time, it will be like a revision. Okay, so thank you girls, and fill in the attendance.